not work. And here goes Heineke with Antonio Gibson. He was going to be a game-time decision. Been fighting through a toe injury, but he starts at running back. Off play action, Heineke going deep downfield, and interception number 11 for Trayvon Diggs. 11 picks for him in this, their 15th game, and that ties Everson Walls' Dallas record set back in 1981. 11 interceptions.
They knew it was going to be a one-on-one matchup, and can you believe it? Trayvon Diggs staring right back into Heineke's soul. Knew exactly what he was going to do, in perfect position, hit the Jets, and comes up with number 11 on the season. What
defense. And this time coming across the line, it'll be a free play. That'll be caught at the 11-yard line. Free play or not by Amari Cooper. 3rd and 3. To the outside, Elliott into the end zone. He goes for the touchdown. Almost all no huddle. They go 71 yards, 9 plays, 4 runs, and 5 passes to take the early lead.
Time by Elliott. Nobody really moves. They know it's a zone, so the bunch off to the right is going to all clear to the inside. Nobody left. They knew that one from film study, exactly what it was going to be, and a nearly perfect drive. All kinds of things.
Back rolling and throwing. Nice grab at the 45. C.D. Lamb. Cowboys loving this fast pace. They've already gained 112 yards. Another free play coming here. And making the grab at the 23-yard line is Lamb again. Back-to-back for C.D. McGovern, the guard, is at fullback here. Prescott throws, and once again, easy touchdown, but a flag is down. Dalton Schultz, for the moment, is into the end zone. But we'll get our first call of the night from Bill Vinovich, our chief referee at Zebra.
Holding. Defense number 34. Penalty decline. Result of the play. Touchdown.
Darrell Roberts with a hold, so the Cowboys with 2 long drives. This one 74 yards. They've already gained 157 yards tonight and have a 2-touchdown lead.
Connor McGovern, the backup guard, in at fullback, so really sells the idea of this being a run. And a great job on the outside there by Dalton Schultz.
For 14 yards. Empty backfield, 4-man rush. And that is intercepted. It's the Marcus Lawrence. Down the sideline, he goes. And look at that. Into the end zone. Boy, I tell you, if it's not Diggs, it's not Parsons, it's not Gregory, don't forget about that guy. DeMarcus Lawrence with the touchdown.
It's one of the plays of the year right here. You're not going to believe this. A little inside move. He knows he doesn't have it. Gets in the throwing lane, taps it to himself, but it just starts getting good. Watch him run the football. He looks like a tailback going down there, leaping over tackler. That's unbelievable. These guys are freaky on this Dallas defense. Freaky.
2 weeks ago, another lineman, Dorrance Armstrong, had a pick 6 against Washington for 133 and 2 touchdowns. Hangs in the pocket, escaping, signals downfield, fires wide open, Michael Gallup. So Gallup gets free. Gallup looking back, got free down the sideline. Dak was in trouble, and the next thing.
This is just great quarterback play. He's going to get his guy on the boundary on the right-hand side, escape the pocket, get out there, get up there, go deep, go deep. You could see that Cooper was standing right in front of him, and he knew all the way, just throws the little lollipop over.
Back in the backfield. Give it to him. Around the left side goes Zeke, puts his head down, stop inside the 1-yard line.
Washington plays here. They're going to go counter Trey. We saw this so many times with Joe Gibbs' teams, and here they come out around with the offensive lineman from the opposite side, and I think the knee just went down. Did it? No, it was on one of the Washington players.
Replay assistance ruling on the field is a touchdown.
Yeah.
The chase During commercial break, we'll look at what happened on that Washington bench with Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne, two defensive linemen. College teammates as well. Oh, well, Allen in particular was very vocal about their performance last week when they were really shredded. Try to calm them down. Teammates stepping in. Ball from the 25 now. Heineke under pressure once again, and this time it's Micah Parsons. Sooner or later, you knew you'd see number 11. He's been relatively quiet tonight. Now he gets noisy. What a year for that guy.
Who is right here, and clearly they're going to try and isolate him and get Parsons on him, and that is going to be a mismatch of mismatches. So a lot of times it is not where they put people, it's
waiting.
2nd and 6, fake to him. Look out from behind. Down he goes. This time J-Ron Curse. Chances would be infinitesimal. Prescott. Good ball handling. Caught in Washington territory. C.D. Lamb at the 43-yard line, and Prescott has already thrown for over 200 yards. That's 215 tonight on a gain of 25 here.
He's on a Joe Burrow type pace here tonight, and he has just been on the money. This is what we got used to seeing at the beginning of the season, these perfect throws. Again, that back foot coming up and not flipping up the way that it did when he got his weight way forward.
That hit by Jonathan Allen as he released. This time another dart over the middle. It's Dalton Schultz in D.C. 3rd down and goal now. And Prescott wide open. No problem. Terrence Steele on the tackle, eligible. Dak feeding everybody tonight. 8 different receivers. Jerry Jones loving it.
And on the opposite sideline, it is a party. They are pulling out all the tricks. They're going to have some fun. They just clinched the division today, and it is on. The Dallas Cowboys have come out here tonight to say, don't take us seriously at your own risk. It was one too many for Jonathan Allen.
And that's going to be caught along the sideline there. Amari Cooper, including Sean McKeon, who comes in to replace Schultz. Looking that way is Prescott, throwing that way, and that's going to be caught for the touchdown by Amari Cooper. Talked about it earlier. Cooper complaining about, man, he said they got to use me more, especially in the red zone. 7 catches, 84 yards, and a touchdown.
It's a great route concept. They're going to send somebody to the back of the end zone and then somebody to the front pylon of the end zone, and really nothing that Kendall Fuller could do.
And rushing, almost on cue, but now the ball is out at the 7-yard line as they rule Heineke down. So we're looking at Parsons and the pressure that time put on by Basham.
When you get people like Parsons and Basham on the edge, and they can make you step up, but you have to have somebody to finish it. Odighizuwa that time right up the gut, able to put some pressure, and really nowhere for Heineke to go with the ball.
Tressway averaging 51 and has that one blocked. And that's another touchdown for Dallas. This time it's Golston. Corey Clement came in and blocked it. And Golston winds up as the 19th Cowboy to score a touchdown this season.
Here we go right there. Corey Clement had a touchdown in the Super Bowl and makes that little inside move, and perfectly timed, and another return touchdown for the Dallas Cowboys. Already 2 here tonight.
Washington 7. Clement with a block. Golston with the TD. With the touchdown pass in the closing minutes. And this time he goes to number 17, Malik Turner, Turner had the first down, then backs up. Now he's got a lot more than that. And Turner still on his feet inside the 30. Malik Turner, what a run.
Wow.
Video game stuff. To the 13. Nobody happier than Dak. 61 yards.
I'm gonna take a shot at how many people missed him on this play. Let's do it loosely. Okay, the guy who covers him, that's one. There's two, there's three, there's four, there's five. And coming up on, there's 6, there's 7, there's 8.
A couple of guys might have missed him twice.
There's 9, there's 10, got him.
Dallas came in favored by 10. Rush throws, caught, and then reaching for the end zone and getting in.
As it should be.
Malik Turner.
Yep.
He had that 61-yard reception. He gets into the end zone.
Keeps on keeping on here for the Dallas Cowboys tonight. They got everything going. But the guy who got it down the field also got it in the end zone and put a big 5 number up there on the board. This is insane.
Just an easy pitch and catch. Schultz, first down, Dallas. Here's a direct snap, and Edmonds gets dumped by Gregory. Randy Gregory in a flash got into the backfield.
I think you might want to change up that snap count a little bit because he comes flying off the ball, and there's nothing that Max Garcia, he's trying to come across and block him. And
Murray with protection, pass is caught. Tackle made. Parsons brings down Chase Edmonds short of the end zone.
I'd have to believe that this is some of what doesn't get talked about when it comes to Micah Parsons. We all know that he can rush the passer. He can do a lot of great things, but
by Dallas. Troy circles Gallup. That's where Prescott goes for the touchdown.
It is Kevin Peterson. They go after him one-on-one here on 3rd and 5. And just a really well-thrown ball by Prescott. Great adjustment by Gallup in order to make the catch and the touchdown. But, yeah, he got up. He's still over there being looked at.
When there's an injury under 2 minutes.
Here's Edmonds getting the handoff, and he's swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage by Micah Parsons. A 2-yarder earlier to A.J. Green, now 43 to Kirk. Murray. Is caught, and Parsons swallows up Chase Edmonds.
Certainly capable.
Cardinals line springs a leak, and Murray is dragged down by Armstrong. Armstrong will clean up.
Well, Randy Gregory, he's the first guy. He beats Justin Pugh inside. That he's the one who then makes Murray move to his left, and Dorrance Armstrong comes in and finishes him off. It's a great job of staying up the field, not allowing Murray out of.
Dak keeps, gets. First down. 3rd down and goal. Prescott. End zone. Touchdown. Cedric Wilson.
This route by Cedric Wilson is really good. I mean, he gets Byron Murphy just leaning to his left, and then that opens up him going across the field.
Murray sneaks through, and he gets popped by Donovan Wilson, 4th down.
They haven't had a lot of success. You'd like to see him try to get the running game going a little bit.
Here's Lamb. Big play to start the drive, 26 yards. Almost like a double pass with Wilson for Pollard. Had to wait on it, but a big play. Out of bounds inside the 30. And Cedric Wilson now 3 for 3 passing the football this season.
And they hit him back here. You're going to see Pollard, who he leaks through after the throw is made. He slow plays it. They turn him loose. It's all about timing when you call those plays. That was perfect timing by Kellen Moore.
31-yard pickup, the longest play of the game for Dallas. Prescott, CeeDee Lamb. And just like that, inside the 15-yard line with a first down to the Cowboys.
That doesn't take long. CeeDee Lamb, the corner's off. Peterson, and you can see, you just get him moving, and I've just been surprised that we haven't seen more of this in this game. They haven't really been challenged, these young corners that they have. He's out here again. He's probably going to get a little bit of help.
They're singled up at the top. Looking left all the way. Pass behind, but caught by Wilson. And the Cowboys will get to the line of scrimmage in a hurry, a gain of 8. And now they back up and get in a huddle with time running off the clock, under 5 to go. Mike McCarthy with 2 timeouts in his pocket, down by 11. Here they come. Prescott to his left. Throws, touchdown, Cooper. And Dallas will go for 2.
It's the same route they called earlier. Amari Cooper in man coverage. I mean, he just totally whiffs. Amari Cooper comes across the back just wide open.
Cowboys 5 for 9 and 2-point tries this season. Prescott throws for 2. Cedric Wilson, 3-point game.
I mentioned it earlier, Cedric Wilson has made some big plays over the course of this season. Here's the double pass that Cedric Wilson lays out to Pollard that really got the whole thing going. The touchdown pass to Amari Cooper is the same route that Cedric Wilson ran earlier for the touchdown on the previous possession. Now they come back to Cedric Wilson. Byron Murphy has had a tough game. And that was a perfectly thrown pass, low and away. And Cedric Wilson, again, comes up with a big play.
Elliott's back in there. That's Wilson in motion. Dak looking for Cedric's, got him, and he will prance into the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Take a look at CeeDee Lamb. He's going to come up, and the guy running in motion, he's responsible for that rub on him. And now he comes in and levels his shoulder down. Could have easily got called for pass interference on the offense there. It's kind of crazy that they're the #1 scoring offense in the league.
Yep.
And we're talking about all these issues that they have, and rhythm and momentum, and the running game, and Dak being on the same page. This is the #1 scoring offense in the league.
Connor McGovern in the block for Ezekiel Elliott, but Dak wants to throw. Got a man wide open. It's Cooper coming across.
Got down inside the red zone.
From the Dallas 13, trying to set it up for Gainwell. Going to be dropped for a loss. Neville Gallimore.
High level this year, after what they went through a year ago, they've been outstanding.
Here's Prescott. Finds a seam in the middle. CeeDee Lamb shakes off a would-be tackler. Hung onto the ball, gives you a good effort there, and it's a pickup of 31.
This is a beautiful route by CeeDee Lamb, and great adjust. Watch how he snatches this ball out of the air, back behind his body. As Zach McPherson is trying to swipe that ball out of there and then get the ball up the field. That is not easy to do. And then it's the run after the catch, something he was great at Oklahoma.
5. Dak to throw under pressure. All alone is Cedric Wilson for the touchdown. Second touchdown for Wilson tonight. Good for 24 yards.
You're just going to see Cedric Wilson, number 3 in the trips, meaning counting outside in. 1, 2, 3. He's just going to run the pylon route. No one reroutes him. Looks like there's some confusion again in the Eagles secondary. That's an easy throw and catch. Looks like, yeah, he got in there.
I think that hit him in the elbow, too. Wasn't exactly his fingertips on 2nd and 10. Here's Elliott. Nice patient run for big yardage, longest of the night. And Elliott, the Cowboys are across midfield, gain of 26.
Right down the barrel. That's a nice cut there to the outside. Puts his foot in the ground, gets north and south again. Those are
Cowboys have 2 timeouts. Flag comes in, free play for Dak. Down the sideline, and it's caught. Amari Cooper. Sasha able to knock him out. It's a gain of 26. I think the ball might have been tipped, and Cooper caught it anyway.
Offside. Defense, number 75. The penalty is declined. Play results in a first down.
This is a big-time catch from Amari Cooper. Yeah, you know you got the offside, so you know your quarterback is going to take a shot. So here comes the ball in the air. You know there's a safety back there, too. And
Second down and goal from the 2. Prescott throwing for it again. Got it. Touchdown, Dalton Schultz. And the Cowboys go back up top.
Earlier, watch Schultz. You're going to get the rub from the outside right there from Cooper. Just a little bit. I was a lot more discreet than CeeDee Lamb earlier in the game.
John, 3rd and 16. Stumbling up front, and they're going to take Minshew down. DeMarcus Lawrence got there. He'll do a push-up and a timeout. Clock stopped with 27 seconds left.
You're just going to see him right here at the bottom of your screen. Just watch him there. He's just going to go inside. They're going to run an ET. You see he's the penetrator. Gallimore trying to wrap outside of him. And he's just going to keep on pushing. Just keep on pushing. Keep on pushing. Just assault the pocket. Gardner has nowhere to go with it.
Shank that one. Lamb running up. And they're going to start in plus territory.
Jeez.
They're already in Zerline's range. They say that after he missed the extra point. Here's Prescott. Steps and fires, and it's caught. Cedric Wilson. That number 1 in blue flash is coming across the middle.
Watch when he releases this ball. He's going to release it right now, and look at where he's throwing that football. He is anticipating Wilson to go up and get that football. If he doesn't make that throw perfectly, it's an interception behind Wilson. So that's the trust I was talking about earlier in this game. With
3rd and 4. Middle of the end zone, caught. Touchdown, Dalton Schultz. And a 22-yard punt by the Eagles has entirely changed the complexion of this one.
And just watch Dalton Schultz. This time he's just going to come up, and then he's just going to stop on him. You're going to see Stevens play high on him, meaning he tries to cushion him a little bit more just in case he takes him vertical. But all Schultz does is just put on the brakes, push him off a little bit. Easy touchdown.
And that's a great call, because the play before you had Blake Jarwin run past the linebacker and Javon Hargrave, and it's dynamic.
First look at Brian Anger tonight. The Cowboys, and Greg Ward Jr. is dropped immediately by C.J. Goodwin. On 3rd and 7, free play, across the middle, Cedric Wilson. And he's been wide receiver 1 tonight. He goes over 100 receiving yards. 37 there. We'll check the marker.
We're going to get
Offside.
Alvo offside.
Defense, number 59. The penalty is declined. The play results in a first down.
Another great look at Cedric Wilson. We talked about this throwing lane right here is where Dak wants to throw that football before the linebacker can come off. And no Michael Gallup, but Cedric Wilson is a name that people need to begin to start to recognize.
First down and goal for the Cowboys. Cooper in motion. Dak throwing that way, and it's Clement into the end zone. And the 5th touchdown pass of the night for Dak Prescott, a career high and a record-setting mark.
You're playing some type of cover 4 with split safeties here. You see the corner here. You have to have some kind of communication about when the route declares, when you get number 1, which is Amari Cooper going inside and Clement going to the flat. You can't do. You see the safety disappointed there as far.
But after the fact, well, you see different kinds of leadership. And Minshew's going to be taken down. Another sack. Here's Corey Clement having himself a night as well. Longest run of the night for the Cowboys.
Great combo blocking right here, one-on-one blocking here, working up to the next level, and he's just out the gate. That's how you do it when you run these inside zones. These combo blocks. And you see there, he can just make the defender miss in the hole. Corey Clement, you see how he's rocked up and put together.
Let the head coach sleep well at night with a guy like Cooper Rush.
Got it inside the 5. That's Jeremy Sprinkle, his first grab.
What you saw in that game against Minnesota was him being able to develop a rapport with Amari Cooper, with Cedric Wilson real quickly, and be able to make some difficult throws into tight coverage and put it only where the receiver could catch it.
We saw that Cedric Wilson play 2 times tonight.
Yeah.
Same one. And Cedric Wilson's still in the game, by the way, which I don't understand why he's in.
That is Ito Smith. Ito Smith into the end zone for the touchdown. And the Cowboys will tack it on.
Terrence Steele, good block right there on Ridgeway. Nice tough run.
And if they play again in a week, you're going to see a lot more of that. You didn't see that tonight, okay? There's no way the Eagles were going to be able to do things like that tonight, but that's what they're going to have to play against, potentially in a week.
And it's picked off. Leighton Vander Esch for the Cowboys. Minshew threw it off the fingertips and leads to the interception. And the first turnover of the game.
See Leighton Vander Esch right here. He's just trailing Richard Rodgers across the formation. You're going to see he keeps good eyes on the football, though, and just, hey, tips and overthrows, man.
That's a great.
All stats count. All interceptions count.
And Arcega-Whiteside's tough night continues.
This.
Here's Hardy, breaking free and into the end zone for the touchdown. Jaquan Hardy, welcome to the game and the end zone.
Look, it's just great one-on-one blocking. And you're just going to see he's just going to read it. And then it's going to be one-on-one with the safety with Sachere, and he makes him miss right there. It's just good execution.
Just got that ball snapped. Minshew in some trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Basham had a sack earlier, sends Minshew flying.
One of only 6 teams in the league like that. It's just a tough division they played in.
They fake it this time to Mitchell. Garoppolo swings it over to him, and oh, what a loss this is going to be. Back at the 41. Dorrance Armstrong was waiting for that to come back his way, and it's a loss of 11 on the completion.
Well, it's going to be a throwback pass, and Wilson, you just made one of the biggest plays of the day in the Cowboys, because himself today, if he wins this game and plays good, and what he did last week, wow.
There they go with Mitchell, and the Cowboys with the perfect pursuit, including Parsons.
He just has great instincts.
Big throw to Wilson. Slips to the tackle. He's got the first down and a whole lot more down to the 24.
He's lined up on him. They're going to get a 5-man rush.
3rd and 6. From the pocket, to the end zone and the touchdown. Amari Cooper. The Cowboys strike back.
Well, this was really easy because one-on-one, they don't leave him out there a ton. Williams was really good in the slot, but he gives up the leverage. You can't guard Cooper on the inside. That's way too much space. I mean, they don't go man-to-man a ton, but they did there trying to create the matchups up front. But
Ending. That's Amari with the Cowboy touchdown.
Who comes in? No one? A little zone pressure. You'll have time to be able to throw this.
Dalton Schultz, who had a big year. Tight end has not been targeted in this game. Lined up on the left side. 3rd and 10. Prescott looks over. He finds Schultz. There he is. First target, first catch, and a first down. Up 23-7. Wow. This is a huge moment. Great tackle made right away by DeMarcus Lawrence.
The Niner fans, you got to be smiling right now.
2nd and 9. Oh, dangerous throw. Ayuk with the catch, and the Cowboys close in on him quickly.
Right now, he's going to have to do something.
There he steps up and fires. Oh, that was a good throw. All the way out to the 38 to Wilson.
That, he had the same route earlier to Schultz up that middle seam, and he didn't fire it, and they took a sack, but this time he does, and he rips it in there. Just kept running. It's like they were just off in their communication, and it's like both their faults.
Anger with the fake. The pass is caught. It's caught for the first down. The Cowboys once again, and John Fossil. We're going to Tracy.
Jim, the Cowboys would love to force a turnover here. Trevon Diggs leads the team with 11 interceptions, but dealing with a finger injury right now. He was in a lot of pain after that last drive. They taped it up, and he put some gloves on, as you can see, but still certainly something to watch.
With those 11 interceptions, the most we've seen by an individual player in the regular season since Everson Walls 40 years ago. Had 11 for the Cowboys.
And, you know, you can get a couple here and there sometimes, but you can't have anywhere close to that unless you have some incredible skill set.
Unbelievable.
He can catch it. He was a wide receiver before he moved to DB. Great decision.
Here's a 2nd and 11. Garoppolo getting away from the trouble and overthrows it, gets picked. It's intercepted. The marker's out. Anthony Brown has the pick.
Oh, my goodness. This is what, Tracy, you just called it. They need an interception, goes the other side, but this penalty is literally going to determine possibly the football game in the season for both these. Is it against the Niners?
Holding. Offense number 66. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is an interception and a first down for Dallas.
It's just a bad throw. It's probably the worst one I've seen out of Jimmy here in recent, watching the tape. He just misses by 3 yards high, which is a lot on a shorter pass. And wow, the Cowboys needed something, and they
taken over at the 28. That ball-hawking defense gets its first takeaway here in the 4th. And Prescott wanting to strike quickly. Picks up 10 with the throw to Cooper. We'll spot him for enough forward progress, you got to think, for the first down.
Getting the time there. That's the difference. Kellen Moore does a good job chipping with Zeke Elliott. And wow, Brown, one of the biggest plays you could possibly make a playoff game, losing, needing to change it all, turn it around. This is getting fun for both teams and us.
Here it is from the 17 now. Prescott's throw, it's Lamb with the catch. Finally in the books. And that one was in traffic. And another 10-yard pickup, and they hurry to the line.
Yeah, but this is an awesome throw. I mean, incredible, just getting up and ripping it. That's the difference. I thought it was a little safe earlier, holding on to the ball a little bit. And now some of these big-time throws, that's what you got to do to win against a good front.
First red zone trip of the game for the Cowboys. Prescott looking for options, goes to the back of the end zone. And Cooper was the target overthrown.
Prescott has all day here, does a good job.
Warner is hurt. Clutching his right knee.
Normal drop back, have people come across the field.
On 3rd down, open field ahead. Prescott sees it and takes it for the touchdown.
And And wow, what a difference, right? Bosa's out, Warner's out, and all of a sudden no one's there to chase down Dak Prescott, who does a great job of scanning the field and then taking off and using his legs. You're going to see him look to the right. Everyone's covered, and as he slides here, just these guys got to be tired up front, too, when you're down a guy. And they're going to have one rat player inside right here, and they're going to funnel everything toward him, and you got to have your best play on offense.
Need 5 for the first. Across the middle, and what a tackle. That is Van Der Esch keeping Debo a yard short. Samuel was fighting for it. There aren't many people.
About the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 10. Steps through the pressure, launches up ahead. There's Schultz. Schultz at the 40.
And on to the 49ers side of the 50.
And Schultz has had a lot of looks today. And look at that throw. One of the best of the day for Dak Prescott, and Schultz used to give up the stuff right there in the middle of the field.
They drop back beyond the 30. And that's the area they go to. Lamb gets it on the lateral, and he gets out of bounds. Takes Noah Brown back to the sideline and comes back into the lineup.
What a play call. That was wonderfully executed. And they did it earlier, and they missed on the throw. You have a sliver of hope as the Cowboys. You can throw this inside or outside. This is not a good job by the Niners.
Schultz goes out at the 40, and you're down to 14 seconds.
It's just they've given up 3 plays that have gotten out of bounds.
Yep.
And that's the first one that's been down the field out breaking. It's like you should always have one corner on the side that's at 5 yards. You have safety help who just backs up slowly, but he's always making you feel like, do you want to throw it over there?
Some confusion.
Now they do. Now they got their sideline. This is what they should have done.
49ers are confused here.
Play.
Well, they got a timeout before the snap.
If they kept him in bounds.
Well, you keep him in bounds now.
The game's over if they keep him in
game.
bounds. Dak has to get this out of bounds or he's taking a shot to the end zone. This is scary because I would take a shot to the end zone here when they're in the sideline defense because you actually can hold on to the ball. You need someone, San Francisco, to get to the quarterback here.
Prescott takes off running the football. Whoa, I don't think this is going to work out.
It will. They'll be able to clock this. They were planning for it. It's down. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, the official gets in the way. The game's over.
Gosh.
The game is over.
Oh, he did.
Oh, they're going to look at this.
It's going to be over because the umpire has to touch the ball. Of course, that's ridiculous for a game to end like that, Jim. Wow, I am livid if I'm a Cowboy fan and if I'm a Niners fan.
That's the end of the game.
The game is over. The game is over, and San Francisco survives and advances.
You called it. It was risky. They had time. Dak's supposed to go, but you're not supposed to go past 10 or 12 yards. Once you get into that 13, 14, the clock runs and gets away from you on something like this happens.
Gene, here you go. Remember we saw this on the play after the fake punt? The same scenario where the umpire got in the way?
He has to touch it, though.
Yep.
Dak doesn't realize. These guys don't realize he has to touch the ball.
Gene's territory,
you guys are all over it, Jim.
Yep.
You and Tony are all over it. The umpire and official has to touch the football after it's set down to start the next play.